To get a bit further into the Powah mod, we are going to need to make an energizing orb. Specifically, anything after the hardened tier that you see here, including the hardened tier, will need an energizing orb to make. And the first thing we're going to make with the energizing orb is going to be energized steel. When we look at it here in just enough items, you can see there's the orb on the side and these rods as well. So what the hell do we actually do here then? Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is make an energizing orb. It's a fairly simple recipe here, and you can plonk it down on the ground. One misconception is that you need power for it. You do not. This does not need any power to work. Not in the same sense that you're thinking anyway. This has no connection to power. However, we are going to set up nearby cables within a 9 by 9 radius of the energizing orb, and we're going to put these energizing rods on top. Again, to make the rods, it's really quite a simple recipe using some basic power materials. Now, I'm using some really good ones here, nitro, but I'm actually going to delete these because it's going to be a bit too quick for what I want to show you, to be honest. So we could put these on here, or even like this, as long as it's in a 9 by 9 radius. Then, let's say we want to make a Furnator. We want to make the hardened one. You can see here we need hardened capacitors, which need energized steel. How do you make energized steel? Well, we energize with 10,000 forge energy, gold and iron together. Well, lucky for you, I've got some gold and iron already in my inventory, and I can just place by right-clicking the iron and the gold in like this. And you can actually see really quickly like that, the orbs will automatically just turn on and start basically energizing the item that we put in here. There are, of course, many ways to automate this with lots of other mods, but this tutorial specifically is just for the Powah mod, so I won't be going into that today. Do check out the mod tutorials on my channel, however, to see how else we could do that. Now, if you have got energizing rods that are not linked, you can shift right click on a wrench. A wrench is from, again, the Powah mod. So shift right click and it can go from config mode, linking mode to rotation mode. In here, we're putting it in linking mode. You can see when I come off of it, you can't see anything. And then when I go onto the wrench in linking mode, you can see what is linked here. I can right click this rod and see it says start linking. And then I can link it to this energizing orb. Maybe you've got a few other energizing orbs here. And we can again say right click to start linking and then link this one to this energizing orb here. And that is how you change these around. You can also hover over the rods to see how much energy they have stored within them. And these can upgrade as well to get higher and higher versions. There's quite a few things we can make in the energizing orb. Blue ice into dry ice, which you will need for cooling your reactor. Uranium ore into uranite. Energized steel. Blazing crystals, which are used again for the blazing upgrades. A charged snowball. Spirited crystals and nitro crystals. Nitro, by the way, is the best version for everything in the Powah mod, and as default it does take a nether star, blocks of redstone and blocks of blazing crystals, which again is these blazing crystals you can make here with blazing rods. The amount of forge energy you see here is how much the rods need to output to fully charge this item into the outputted item like the spirited crystal. And that is how you use the energizing orb for the Powah mod in Minecraft.